The apartment across the alley. I first noticed the lights a month ago. 2 short flickers, a pause, then 3 more, always at 11:23 p.m. sharp. At first, I thought it was a coincidence, some quirk of faulty wiring or a nervous habit of a sleepless tenant. But when I mirrored the pattern with my own lamp one night, the response came instantly. 2 short flickers, a pause, then 3 more. Someone was talking to me. The apartment across the alley had always intrigued me. Its single window, framed in peeling paint, faced mine directly, separated by barely 20 feet of darkness and city noise. I never saw the tenant during the day. Only at night, when the lights flickered, did I feel the presence of whoever lived there. One evening, I upped the ante. I flicked my light 5 times and waited. Nothing. Then, suddenly, the entire apartment plunged into darkness. The air in my lungs turned cold. Then came the shadow. A figure stood at the window, barely visible against the dim glow of the city skyline. My heart pounded. Was it a man? A woman? They didn't move, just stood there, watching. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I found a note slid under my door. No name, no signature, just one line scrawled in jagged ink. Don't trust the light. My hands trembled as I held the paper. What did it mean? That night, I kept my apartment dark. I sat by the window, watching, waiting. At 11:23, the flickering started again, but something was different this time. The pauses between blinks were irregular, frantic, like a Morse code distress signal. My gut twisted. Someone was panicking. I grabbed my phone, opened my flashlight app, and sent a signal of my own. Are you in danger? Silence. Then, in the dim glow of my screen, I saw it. Fingers pressing against the glass, trembling. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I had to do something. I rushed out of my apartment, across the alleyway, and into the building opposite mine. The stairwell smelled of mildew and cigarettes, the elevator out of order. I climbed, my pulse hammering, until I reached the door I knew was theirs. 4B. I knocked. No answer. I turned the knob. It opened. The apartment was barren. No furniture, no personal belongings, just dust swirling in the dim light of a single flickering bulb. A stale, metallic scent hung in the air. My breath hitched. Then I saw the walls. Newspapers. Police reports. Photos of me. Dozens of them, taken from my window. Some dated back years. My head spun. I staggered back, my foot hitting something solid. I looked down. A body. Not just any body, mine. Or at least, someone who looked exactly like me. Same build, same haircut, same clothes I had worn 2 days ago. His throat was slit, his face frozen in an expression of wide-eyed terror. The sound of slow clapping filled the air. I turned, my stomach lurching. The figure from the window stood in the doorway, a knife dangling from their fingers. They stepped into the light, revealing a face eerily similar to mine. Too similar. Took you long enough, they said, voice a perfect echo of mine. My vision blurred. The newspaper clippings, the flickering lights, the warnings, it all clicked at once. I wasn't watching them. They were luring me. A sharp pain bloomed in my skull. The world tilted sideways as I collapsed. Darkness swallowed me whole. But then, slowly, I woke. I was back in my apartment. The familiar hum of the city filtered through my window. My head throbbed, and my clothes were soaked in sweat. Had it all been a dream? I turned to the clock. 11:22 p.m. 1 minute until the lights flickered. My phone vibrated. A text message from an unknown number. Check the mirror. My pulse spiked. I turned, hesitantly, to the mirror hanging on my closet door. My reflection was there, but something was off. My hands, my face, everything seemed the same, but my reflection's eyes were colder, more knowing. And then, it blinked. I didn't. A deep, guttural laugh filled the room. From inside the mirror, the lights flickered. Once. Twice. A pause. 3 times. I screamed as my reflection reached forward and pulled me in. The last thing I saw was my doppelgänger stepping into my world, smiling as the room went black. And then, nothing. Only the flickering light remained.